You are listening to episode 149 of the Peaceful Mind Podcast. Welcome to the Peaceful Mind Podcast, a place for creating the peace of mind you need to be the best mom you are created by God to be. If you want to bring more balance, more joy, and more peace to your motherhood, this is the place for you. I'm your host, certified life coach and Catholic mom, Danielle Tienel. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, let's get started. Hi, beautiful listeners. I'm so thrilled that you have decided to spend some time with me today. And as always, I am hoping to inject some peace of mind into your life. This episode is coming out towards the end of 2022, and we're in the middle of the holiday season. But like always, and I've said this with the last couple episodes, I aim to make it relevant to what's happening now, but also provide you with some great information for you to then take and apply in your own life that really is available to be impactful whenever you are hearing this. I want to just make a little side note before we begin here that I am not in my home office recording this episode, which has a lot better kind of sound quality, but I definitely preach on here about the concept of B- and how that is what is most important to help you progress forward in your life, is to not have to do things perfectly. So I walk my talk and am recording this where we might not have the best sound quality, but I really think that the content will be so good that it'll override the quality. That is at least my hope. So what we're going to talk about today is how to be great. And I have the 5 G's that will get you to greatness. Did you know that you were born to be great? Are you somebody who just has this kind of like deep-seated feeling inside that maybe you were made for more than what is currently being created in your life right now? Well, I want to tell you that you're right, that you were made for greatness, that there is something that is speaking to you that tells you that you want to do more. Now, I want to tell you that we can be great in small things. We can be great in our lives where we are right now. I want you to think that you're in the place of your motherhood where maybe you can't put the time and effort into whatever it is that you want to be great at. Or I want to offer that perhaps there is something right now in your life that you are doing that in itself you can make it be the greatest part. So I remember when I was, had 3 young kids and was in the throes of it all, right? Diapers and parks and, kindergarten and all of the things. And I did have this yearning to do something else with the gifts God gave me and to be really great at it. But at that time in my life, it was not the time to focus on what I'm trying to do and impact in the business I'm building and the people that I'm serving right now. Back then wasn't the time. So I decided to be great at what I was currently doing. And I just want to invite you to that when you see the title of this episode and it's like how to be great, it's double. It's 2 things. You can find things because you were made for greatness in your life and what's going on now. And then you also can carry this dream or this wish for yourself or this way of showing up in the world and experiencing the world later in life, that there's something else you might be great. Or perhaps there's something we start with right now in the midst of where we are that would lead us to what it is that we think that we want to be great at later. Okay, enough of going round and round. I want to tell you that there are 5 G's to greatness. Okay, and the first one is guidance. Anyone who you have seen as or dubbed as doing great things never got there alone. That's right. No one gets to their greatness alone. We need other people. We want to call on help and surround ourselves with support from people who get where we're trying to go, or maybe they've already achieved what it is that we want to be great in, and we can look to them for guidance. Seeking knowledge from those who have already figured it out before you. In my instance, when I decided that I wanted to become a life coach, I looked to other life coaches who I felt were already doing what I wanted to do and were great at it, and I learned from them. And I didn't just, do everything that they were doing. I just looked for them for guidance, and then I went about trying it out myself and seeing if it worked for myself, or deciding that I wanted to take a little part, right? People have already probably created what you want to be great at. Seek guidance. Seek them out and get the support and help that you need. Again, no one gets to the top by themselves. There's always people along the way that once you arrive, or once you feel like you're doing what it is that you had wanted to do for a long time, you can look back and see what book you read, right? What person came to your aid, who you needed to hire, who supported you. So in order to be great, you want to do the first G, which is seek guidance. We won't want to go at it alone. Okay, number 2 in how to be great is grace. As you take lots of action towards your goals, you will mess up. You will make mistakes. You will fail. You will be wrong. You will ruffle some feathers. You will be given criticism. So giving yourself grace becomes imperative. It's vital and necessary to your greatness. Because giving yourself grace, another way of saying that is really giving yourself self-love and tons of compassion for being human. Because humans are flawed. And we need to give ourselves grace. We need to own that we're flawed and human. And it's imperative on this journey to being great and achieving greatness that we give ourselves grace. Okay, so grace was the second G to greatness. The third G to greatness is guts. That's right. To be great, you'll have to try a bunch of things. And many things that you try may be something that right now really scares you. That there's tons of fear for what you want to go after and what you want to do. And it's gonna take some guts. Another name for this is courage, right? I've talked about that plenty of times on the podcast before, how important having courage is. That it's the number one phrase we see repeated in the Bible where we're told, do not be afraid. Take courage. To be great, we need to have some guts. Because, and this is why, because we have a part of our brain, our mind, that is wired to tell us to avoid pain. Part of its job is to tell us, don't do that because it will be uncomfortable. But what you will have to do to become great at something will require you to be uncomfortable and probably face some pain. So it's just not going after scary things is only listening to that part. You'll need guts. You'll need to take courage to be great. I want to just pause right here and ask you to, maybe you already have been thinking about it, but if you haven't already, answer the question, what do I want to be great at? If I could be great at anything, what would it be? And again, it's like, what's going on in my life now? Like right now, I'm in the thick of motherhood with all the kids, and I just want to be a great mom. What if you want to be a great volunteer? What if you want to be a great neighbor, a great friend, right? A great sister, a great daughter? We can pick this because you were made for greatness. And so far, we have gone through 3 of the 5 steps or 3 of the 5 requirements for greatness. And so far, it's been guidance, grace, and guts. So thinking of even something that might not be in your life right now, but forward, like, do you want to write a book? Do you want to become a doctor? Do you want to open a school? Do you want to go on a mission? There are so many things. Do you want to be a great traveler? Whatever your job is right now, do you want to be known as great as that? So that was a little pause in between the steps, and now I'm going to go into 4 and 5. In order, the next G for greatness is gumption. And admittingly, I can use this word gumption in a sentence, and I knew that it was a vital character trait to have in order to become great. But once I Googled the definition, I for sure saw this as a requirement to greatness. Because by definition, gumption is spirited resourcefulness. Don't we love that? Spirited resourcefulness. Now, when I hear spirit, I think being full of the Spirit, full of the Holy Spirit. I also think with the word spirited as being enthusiastic and excited. And then there's the resourcefulness part. Resourcefulness, it's an attitude of the thought, I will figure this out. I can figure this out. And even if I lack something or some piece of knowledge, I look for what I already know or what's already around me to use. This is when you become resourceful, right? If we don't have a lot of time or money, we have to think, okay, what could the alternative be? What can I use that I already have? What am I already doing that I just haven't tapped into, something that's around me or inside me that I can already use and tap into to be great at what it is that I'm trying to be great at. I have the gumption to be resourceful, and I'm willing and excited to figure it out. That's kind of the mindset when we use gumption for greatness. Okay, the last G for greatness is the best one. It's God. I've saved the best for last, knowing it is the most obvious, but also the one that needs the most reminding. Why is that? Well, it's because of the way our brain works, and when we get busy and we get into our just daily routines, sometimes we forget to remind ourselves that God is our greatest place to look and to call upon to help us be great. To be great, we need God. We want to remind ourselves that He is great and we were created in His image. We want to call on Him to bless the plans that we are making, that we have, especially if it's something in your mind that is scary and hard and will take resourcefulness and will have you messing up and failing at times so that you need to give yourself grace, right? We want to go to Him and call on Him to bless these plans. We want to give Him the credit too, that only with Him and the blessings and gifts He's bestowed on us do we even have the opportunity to be great. So mamas, those are the 5 G's to greatness: guidance, grace, guts, gumption, and God. And together, they can help you be great in the everyday, daily tasks you're undertaking, and in the potential, the untapped potential you have to be great at whatever your dreams are. Again, thank you for allowing me to have not such great audio on this week's podcast, and I hope that it was super helpful for you despite of that. And again, I thank you for being here, and I look forward to talking to you again soon, and I wish you so much peace and love. All right, see you soon, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Peaceful Mind Podcast. Are you ready to take everything I teach you here and put it to work for your own life? To really learn how to have peace of mind no matter what is happening around you? If so, I'd love to have you as a client. As your coach, this is where you'll get personal and focused time on your own mind using life coaching tools, concepts, and proven life-transforming wisdom, all through a faith-filled lens. To learn more about how we can work together, come on over to danielleteenel.com. There, you'll see how to sign up for a free coaching consult and learn how to get started. Until next time, peace be with you always.